Fresh facts, the Colorado home of Chris Watts reportedly back on the market. Of course, Christopher Watts convicted to 5 life sentences behind bars and 2 kids back in 2018, a horrifying situation. According to TMZ, the 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house in Frederick that they lived in was taken by the bank and sold in 2022 for $600,000. Now it's listed for $775,000.
So there's no real good lighting in the house right now, but I wanted to go live because why not? So, hold on. Hold that thought. I'm here. Hold on. Don't mind if I do. So I'm super excited to get these in today. Birthday cake. Why not have a quote-unquote snack? I'm so excited about the Pro Bars. The birthday cake is my favorite. It legit tastes like vanilla birthday cake with icing. Kim, you're gonna love them. They're awesome. I got the cinnamon ones or somewhere. I don't know. I have a lot of fire in the kitchen. So, I'm giving a box of Pro Bars away to the next 2 people who place their order of their Thrive experience for the first time.
What happens when a house becomes the scene of a heinous crime, forever altering its identity and leaving behind a lingering sense of unease? In the aftermath of such tragic events, the walls of a home bear witness to unspeakable acts of violence, forever staining the space with memories that refuse to fade. When a tragedy occurs in a home, it can have profound psychological effects on those who reside there. The space becomes imbued with a sense of fear and trauma that can be difficult to overcome. Potential buyers may be hesitant to invest in a property with such a dark history, regardless of its physical attributes. The Millers took a chance on the home. I mean, it is a beautiful house. The 5-bed, 4-bath, 6,181 square foot house with white-capped mountains out into the distance is definitely a dream house for anyone. So there could be a few reasons as to why they are jumping ship. Maybe they've run into some financial issues, just can't afford to make those payments. But I don't think that's the case here. I'm sure all of the gawkers and drive-bys got old real quick. The constant gaping and trespass has got to be a concern, invading their privacy. People constantly pulling their phones out for a quick shot at the old Watts residence. Morbid curiosity. The Millers also let commenters get to them, responding to trolls and showing their frustrations, ranting all their points across. And number 1 being, we have 2 girls and 1 boy just like Shanann did. We did not have control of the birth order. We did not know Shanann before we had babies, and millions of others' families have 2 girls and 1 boy. In that order. Please stop calling us creepy for something completely out of our control. Our children's birth order had 0 to do with the decision to purchase this home. Number 2, it's being said that I look like Shanann, dress like Shanann, and I'm trying to be her. And the decision to buy this house is because I'm obsessed with her. Like most of you criticizing me and making such ridiculous assumptions, I did not know her. I am another 32-year-old white girl in a small town in Colorado. We all wear leggings and cute shirts and try to style our hair. I have dressed the way I do for years, and I still have the same clothes from 10 years ago. If I dress like her and look like her, so do most of the other moms I know at my age. Are they obsessed with her too? You saw a picture of me in one outfit and decided I was trying to be like her. Number 3, we are not the Miller family that Shanann was close to in North Carolina. He still lives out there I live out here, and we have no prior association with the Watts or the Ruzicks. Number 4, I have not been working for years with the Ruzicks to buy this home. I have wanted this home for a long time. It is beautiful and perfect for our family. I don't owe anyone a single explanation on why we bought it, but that's basically it, along with wanting to do the right thing by Shanann and her family. I do believe that we were meant to be here, and we are so happy we are, despite how people have treated us for buying it. I absolutely believe Shanann would be happy about us buying her home and loving it, rather than watching it deteriorate and having people fear this place she loved. It has, however, been a pleasure working with them through the process, taking this burden from them. Number 5. We did not buy this house because it's the Watts house. We have wanted it because it is perfect for our family and our lifestyle. It is beautiful and spacious in a lovely neighborhood, and we have every intention on making it a normal home again, so that Shanann's parents no longer have to deal with this house, so the neighbors have normalcy. The community doesn't have to be silent, having remind them of what happened here. We will absolutely not be turning this into an Airbnb, a tourist attraction, or profiting from it in any way, and we are so happy that someone who may have had those intentions did not purchase this home. To have that even being said about us is sickening. I will also not be creating a TikTok documenting our lives here, finding ghosts. Insert eye roll here. Number 6. We took a picture of our kids on the kitchen counter. Shanann had a similar one, which I did not know about. Stop looking into every little thing, trying to put a negative spin on it. It was just a cute picture. The Millers were definitely having a hard time in the home. That was part of a 12 or 13-point rant by the Millers in response to the criticism they received on social media. The Millers hoped they could get past the home's history, despite its infamous past, focusing instead on its potential as a place to create new memories, believing that with love and positivity, they could change the stigma.
He came, he opened the door, and he was screaming, "Come on, help me. Somebody shot my mother and father." And everyone ran out of the bar, and that was it. They all took off. No, I had to stay. I was tending off. They all jumped in his car and took off.
Today, police combed the DeFeo's handsome 3-story house for clues while divers explored the backyard swimming pool for the still unfound murder weapon. Police have been questioning the son, Ronald, and now say he is being, quote, safeguarded. Investigators say without explanation that they now feel young DeFeo was in the house at the time of the murders, but they're not yet considering him a suspect. And so forth.
No suspect at this time. We have no indication of the motive at this time.
What about Ronald DeFeo, the son, the surviving son?
Ronald is being safeguarded by the Suffolk County Police at this time.
Why safeguarded?
Why? Because the 6 members of the family dead, and we don't know why, and he's the sole remaining member.
Is he also a suspect?
He's not a suspect at this time.
In 1974, the DeFeo family was tragically unexisted in their sleep by their own son, Ronald DeFeo Jr. The house stood empty for over a year until the Lutz family moved in, hoping to start anew. In December of 1975, George and Kathy Lutz purchased the 4,000 square foot home for $80,000 and all the furniture in it for an additional $400. Now, I'm not saying that the Millers are moving due to paranormal activities taking place, but something could have spooked them. If that were the case, there is no way the Millers are disclosing that info to the public. They've had enough of criticism. The backlash would be immense. Now, I've seen my fair share of haunted places. Some hauntings are very subtle. Don't notice little things taking place in our own homes, because maybe you just don't want to believe. But it's real, and takes place more often than we think. And I'm just stating my opinions. These are my opinions based on the experiences I've had. Sometimes the other side reveals itself to us, and we'll chalk it up as unexplained or something else. Where did September Lady go? I know debunkers will catch a few fakers out there, and in their minds now everyone is a fraud. And I totally understand why people are skeptic. People need proof or evidence. Just because we can't see it, it doesn't mean it isn't there. Sometimes we can just feel it. While skepticism often reigns supreme in the scientific circles, there are intriguing theories that lend credence to the possibility of their existence. When a person dies, their energy, whether it be spiritual, emotional, or otherwise, may linger in the physical world. This residual energy could manifest as apparitions or strange phenomena that we perceive as ghosts. Again, these are just my personal opinions. The Lutz family claimed to have encountered a malevolent presence that tormented them day and night, driving them to the brink of madness. Despite their attempts to cleanse the house and seek help from paranormal experts, the activity only intensified, forcing the Lutz family to flee in terror in just 28 days after moving in. The Lutzes grabbed what they could and never looked back, and fled to Kathy's mother's house in Deer Park, New York, until they could sort out the problems with the house. The Lutz family moved into the Amityville home with high hopes, just as the Millers did. But even after 50 years, the Amityville house has become a symbol of fear and fascination. Even decades later, people are drawn to its dark history. The owner and neighbors get frustrated by spectators even today. It's like a magnet for darkness. People claim to hear voices and footsteps in the middle of the night, and have felt an overwhelming sense of dread. For years, people have traveled long distances to get a glimpse of the Amityville home, and so far it's looking like the old Watts residents will get the same treatment. The Millers should have known and expected the attention for buying the Watts home. Maybe they shouldn't have posted anything on social media for a while. I think responding to the criticism was a mistake by the Millers, but sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us. I'm not sure I could live in that house after what happened. I'd like to think I could. It's a constant reminder of the tragedy that occurred. A lot of folks were calling for the home to be torn down, but it's easy to suggest such a thing when it isn't our money attached to it. Like the realtor once said, sure, come purchase the home, then you can tear it down. The house was built on the hopes and dreams of a beautiful young mom who looked forward to growing old there. It was Shanann's second home. What an accomplishment. The Millers bought the house at $600K, selling it for $775K. Maybe this was just a flip for them all along. The Millers really did do a wonderful job in renovating and adding bright exterior colors. The inside of the home also looks amazing. I hope whoever decides to purchase the home doesn't turn it into a circus for the morbidly curious. Shanann really did sacrifice a lot to be in that house. Living in their friend's basement, waiting for the home to get built, there is no way she would have lost that house. Even Chris said Shanann always found a way. I don't care how much debt they were in. Shanann was a savvy salesperson, and people do get themselves out of debt. Evidently, the Millers had to do a lot to get here, according to the realtors who posted the sale of the home on Facebook, congratulating the Millers on the purchase of their home, in closing, stating it took everything we had to get here, but finally we got here. So happy for you guys, can't wait to see the new memories you make in your new home. They then confirmed the home once belonging to Shanann Watts. The Millers said, we hope to honor this home you once called yours, and to fill it with smiles as you once did. Thank you for making this a peaceful home. Peace and love is all we have felt since the moment we walked through those doors. Because of you, we hope to have you alongside of us in this new chapter. I'm sure the Millers had good intentions in buying the house. The Millers did a great job in making the house their own. No matter how much we change the appearance of a home, its history is forever. I don't care who moves in there. The home will forever belong to Shanann and her babies.
Who's joining me? Who wants to bake with me? I don't want to bake alone today. Who's on? Who wants to hop on with me? So I'm making this, I'll tell you, because I already told everyone this morning. Mini cannolis. I'm actually doubling the batch, which is going to be amazing. So I made the cannoli filling And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to chill. Saw me in the email. What's your email, Megan? I wish Chris was home today so he could